Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from August 4th to the 10th, and I'm using this Caress Press kit called Summer Nights, I believe. And I chose this kit this week because this was the week of my now annual trip to Rehoboth, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a beach town. Still have never actually gone to the beach, but I see it. I see it from the boardwalk. So yeah, I just thought this kit worked really well, and I love these colors together. This coral color, I love. This is like one of my favorite colors in a kit. There's this kit that Scribble Prints Co. put out, and I think about it often. I've mentioned it before. It was this sort of like Paisley Vera Bradley themed kit, and it had this really bright, like chartreuse lime green color and this really neon coral. If somebody made that kit now and just a little updated, I would be all over it. It's still one of my favorite kits I've ever used, and that was like 8 years ago or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just happy with how everything turned out. Again, I don't love the thick bottom washi. I do prefer when there's two separate strips. I just think it makes it more balanced because I do put so many labels down. My spreads are very busy, and then the bottom just kind of looks a little blah. So I ended up putting the weekend sticker on the bottom washi. It's whatever. It's fine. You can barely see it. It kind of like blends in with this wave pattern. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the deco, so I didn't put that on until the end, but I did decide to use it, and I'm happy with it. I'm pretty happy with this entire spread. I did have to leave some full boxes off because I had a lot to mark on Tuesday and Thursday. Now, as far as plans go, let's start with Tuesday because, to be fair, I probably marked, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I marked 5 things that were really just one big event, but I went through such a roller coaster ride of emotions. That's a lie. My emotions were fear. I was fear. Fear was my one emotion. And I guess annoyance, is that an emotion? Being annoyed? I don't know. Anyway, point is, what happened was I was having a really productive evening. I wanted to get into bed early and read. I had just changed my sheets and I was folding my laundry when I see both of the cats staring intently at my desk. And I have one of those IKEA desks where it has a cabinet on the side and it's basically flush with the ground. There's no legs, you know what I'm saying? So it's flat. So when the world's largest cockroach came out, I wasn't expecting it. I was horrified because I don't know how it fit under there. I will say that the floor in this apartment is warped. This place is kind of a shithole. Like, it looks kind of nice and it has beautiful windows and stuff, but it's really fucking old. And like the flooring in my room is technically like newish, because if you've been with me since the flood, you'll know why there's new flooring in my bedroom. But it even is like lifting in certain places because the floor is so fucking uneven. Anyway, so I guess there is space for a roach to hide. If I remember, I will include the picture of the cats here because I took a picture of them staring because I was like, this isn't going to be good. This isn't going to be good. I didn't expect what it was. One of the biggest roaches I've ever seen. And yeah, I was not well. It really affected me. And what's weird is there was a roach in my bedroom. And keep in mind, like, my room is clean, okay? I don't know why they were over here. But it came from the hallway. I remember that. Yeah, there was a roach in the hallway. And I was convinced, if you saw that plan with me, you'll know I was convinced it went behind my mirror. But I just, the cats kind of forgot about it, so I went to bed thinking that it was nothing, and then the next morning this fucking roach comes crawling out from behind my mirror. It had stayed there for the rest of the evening, and then I had to kill it before I went to work and flush it, and I managed that on my own, but for whatever reason, this roach, basically scarred me for life. I couldn't move. I called my boyfriend, and I think I had him on the phone for maybe 20 plus minutes while I was building up the courage to get rid of the carcass because I ran into the kitchen and got bug spray and then sprayed the living shit out of it while screaming to him on the phone. And then I made him stay on the phone with me while I built up the courage to like flush it, but I couldn't get close enough to pick it up. So eventually I let him loose and I called my roommate because she was out of town, and she was so sweet. She actually offered, she was like, if you just want to cover it with something and leave it there, I'll be home in 2 days. And I was like, that is so sweet of you. But it is literally right next to my desk where I do my skincare and makeup every day. And there is bug spray all over the fucking floor that I need to wipe up because the cats can't be in here. So there was no way I could just leave it for 2 days, but like how sweet for her to offer. So eventually I mustered up the courage to flush it down the toilet with my roommate on the phone with me the whole time. I'm telling you, I know it sounds dramatic, but like I had a physical reaction to this fucking roach in my bedroom. So yeah, that was basically my entire Tuesday night. And then, sorry, I just got a text message if you heard that. That was my entire oh Jesus, shut up. My iPad has not been connecting to my phone for years, and then the last month it's decided to connect to my phone, and so now I get text messages on my iPad. Anyway, so if you hear a ding, that's what it is. I did not get an early night, let me just say that. I think the whole roach thing took an hour. That's embarrassing, I know. And then I slept in the living room. I couldn't even bear to be in my bedroom with my nice fresh sheets. I left the room. So I slept in the living room on Tuesday and then Wednesday. And then really, that's the main thing I have to talk about. I went to the beach, and I'll tell you about it in the day by day. But yeah, the roach was, I don't want to call it the highlight of my week, but it definitely stuck out more than everything else. But anyway, moving on to the day by day, starting with Monday. First thing I marked with this tiny little, excuse me, Prairie Planner laptop was that I worked remote. Then with Elati, I marked cleaning the apartment. With this, I don't even remember what kind of munchkin this is, but it's from Once More with Love. I marked that I fell asleep on my break for just 5 minutes. I didn't mean to, but I was so tired I just fell asleep. And I actually felt better after, so I clearly needed sleep. Then I did a workout, and I used a Fox and Cactus weight for that. With another Lottie, I marked filming a video. With this munchkin reading, I marked starting the book The Lying Game, and I will tell you I didn't like it. I think I maybe I wanted to give it 2.5 because I listened to the audiobook. I didn't actually read it. Damn it! I should have used one of my audiobook stickers. I have so many of them. Wait, no. I read the physical book. I remember now because this is when I thought I had None of This Is True, and I had The Lying Game. So, The Lying Game. I don't remember what I gave it on Goodreads, but I'm going to tell you, I'll give it 2 stars. I hated the ending. It was so drawn out. It wasn't dramatic enough. It wasn't thrilling enough. It was stupid. The twist was horrible in my opinion, but that's because I also like things to be more fucked up. And when I thought I don't want to spoil anything, so just like stop listening, but I won't give the ending away. But what I will say is, how do I do it? I'm not going to spoil it. I will say I would have liked it more if how do I put it? No, I can't without ruining it. If you want to know, ask me, and I'll tell you what I would have preferred. So yeah, I did not enjoy, but I finished it, and I think I gave it away. Yeah. Did I? I think I gave it away. I don't know where it is. I'm pretty sure I gave it away. Anyway, then with this Sweating Squidge from Stick with the Plan Co., I marked that I had insomnia and I was awake until 3 a.m, and then I had night sweats. So it was a horrible night's sleep. Then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I was in office with this Once More with Love sticker. With a Carly Plans RX bottle, I marked that I walked to CVS on my break. With this Squish food shopping, I marked that I stopped at Giant on my way home just to get a couple like brand name things that I can't get at Aldi. Then with this Change Sheets sticker, I marked that I washed and changed my sheets. With a voiceover sticker from the Prairie Planner. Oh, and this is from the GP studio. I don't know if that's still a shop. with this voiceover sticker from the Prairie Planner, I marked that I did a voiceover. Then with this reading sticker that I believe was a freebie from Papershire, I marked that I read. With this really old Planning Roses hamper, she is no longer a shop. I marked that I did laundry. Then with this Papershire sticker, I just marked the roach from hell. With this ghost face on the phone from Carly Plans, I marked that I called Joe in just a frenzy. With this I did it squidge, I marked that I killed the roach. Then with this Papershire like lovey-dovey FaceTime sticker and this toilet sticker, I marked that my sweet roommate offered to like clean it up for me in 2 days. But I was brave and I flushed it myself. So brave, I know. And then the final thing for Tuesday with this Nightmare Lottie was that I slept in the living room and I was very uncomfortable. Sleeping was just not happening this week, if you couldn't tell. I meant to get an early night and then I went to bed at like midnight. So anyway, then moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I was in office again and I used this gaming squidge for that. With this sticker that's leftovers from a kit, I marked washing all of the blankets because I have throw blankets in the living room and obviously they have not been used all summer, but then I used one the night before because I needed to sleep and I just felt gross all night using like a dusty blanket that's just been sitting there all season. So before I went to bed this night, because I knew I was going to sleep in the living room again, I washed all of my throw blankets so that I would have nice clean blankets for this evening and maybe hopefully get a little bit better sleep. Then with another Lottie, I marked doing a full body workout. With another Planning Roses sticker, I marked packing. With this nail polish sticker that I have from some random variety sheet from some random shop, I marked that I did my nails. Then with, this is from Rabbit Hole Handcraft, and I want to say it's also a nightmare sticker. Can't remember, but I marked that I slept in the living room again. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that I was in office again, and I used this sleeping Lottie for that. Then with this Rabbit Hole Handcraft sticker, I marked leaving a little bit early because I had some extra overtime and just like rushing home. I needed to leave as early as possible because we were driving to the beach this day, and so I think I left work at 4:30, something like that. I can't remember. Then with this Stick with the Plan Co. sticker, I marked venting to my roommate on my walk just because I was just like really frustrated with a lot of things. With this shower sticker from that shop I never remember, I marked that I quickly took a shower because I prefer showering at home. And so when I'm going away, I like to shower right before I leave because it's one less shower I have to take in a different shower. Then with this Sticky Burks car, I marked that I drove to Joe's place and we loaded my car because we were taking my car. Then I marked that Joe was like in a mood, which put me in a mood. And I was so pissed off because I had just had like no sleep this week. I'm always, and it's fine, like I have issues if you couldn't tell, but one of his issues is he's always late. And so I am the one who has to like go to work, rush home, get everything ready, drive to his place, and then like help him finish packing. And so I get a little pissed off when he's in a mood because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I'm on my last straw right here. Then we picked up sushi, and because we were running late, because somebody wasn't packed, we ate the sushi in the car, which I knew was going to be a bad idea. This is Munchkin from Once More With Love with a Fox and Cactus F This I'm Out sticker. I marked that I spilled soy sauce all over the place. I spilled it all over my clean jeans. I spilled it all over the seat. I was furious, and that was my last straw. But I think it worked out for the best because then he snapped out of it and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was like being pissy earlier. And then the rest of the drive was lovely. So yeah, there's still soy sauce that I need to vacuum out of my fucking car, but the rest of the drive was enjoyable. Actually, this was not enjoyable. We stopped to get gas. Again, this is just leftovers from a kit, and we stop at this like really sketchy, sorry, my roommate's walking around out there. So much noise. I apologize, but we're going to keep going because I hate doing voiceovers now. With this, what do you call it? Yeah, this, sorry, I like lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, okay, so we stop at this really sketchy gas station because it has the best price. And so like every time we go to Rehoboth, this is where we stop, but Joe always gets out and pumps the gas. But this time he had to pee so fucking bad. So I had to pump the gas and he had to go find a bathroom, and there was no bathroom at the gas station. So he had to like run off and I was left alone at this gas station. And I am a Jersey girl. I do not pump gas. So I'm like freaking out and doing something I'm really uncomfortable doing. I avoid pumping gas at all costs. I only do it if I cannot get to New Jersey somehow. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't thrilled about that. Everything was fine, but I was kind of scared. I was scared. I see those videos of people getting robbed while pumping gas, and it freaks me out a little bit. Then with this Sticky Perk sticker, I marked that we went to Waffle House and get a waffle, which I was so happy about because not only did I spill soy sauce all over myself, but the sushi like wasn't good. And we've been there quite a few times, but the sushi, it was just off, like not bad. We didn't get food poisoning or anything. It just didn't taste right. Then with this Planting Roses house, that's actually a rent due sticker, I marked that we got to the house at 11 p.m. And I was so fucking tired after this week, but I still stayed up until 2 in the morning talking to our friend because it's actually her family beach trip that he and I are just invited to every year. So once we got to the house, we just like stayed up talking to her till 2 a.m. And I was so excited to talk about books because she's on like a reading, what's the opposite of a slump? A reading kick right now. And yeah, so that was really fun. But again, I was very tired. Then moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that I got ready right away, and I was kind of annoyed because we were sort of like sitting around for a while. But then Joe sort of like took initiative and we like got out of the house eventually, so that was good. But at first I was like, all right, I need to go do something. Like I'm fucking ready. Then with this Squidge watching TV, I marked that we watched The Challenge because our friend also watches The Challenge. With this very old pumpkin paper Kotera, RIP, I marked that we went to the outlets and I didn't find anything, unfortunately. I really like the outlets out there, but just nothing was good. Then with this Sticky Perk slice of pizza, I marked that we went to Grotto's, and I actually do not like Grotto's pizza. Now, I will say I had it once. We had like coupons for free personal pizzas, and I thought it was really good that time. And then this time I didn't get pizza, but the pizza looked really good. So the one time I didn't get pizza, the pizza looked really good. But I've had Grotto's many, many times. I usually don't enjoy it, so I decided to get a meatball sandwich instead. And even though the pizza looked delicious this time, I'm happy with my choice because I really enjoyed the meatball sandwich. Then we went to the boardwalk and I used this Papershire sticker for that. Joe and I tried to play games. We only played one game, and this is a cornhole sticker, but like it's the closest I can get to, was it skee ball or whatever? It's the only game we could play because otherwise you needed to get a card. This is the first year where like the games weren't accepting money, I think. I don't remember this last year where we needed to get a game card. And you can't like put $5 on it. You have to put like 10, 20 or 30 or something like that. And all of the games that used to accept money, they just don't anymore. It's really frustrating. And the only game that still accepted quarters that we enjoy was skee ball. And yeah, so we only played one game. Then with this ice cream sticker, I marked that we got ice cream. And I think this night I just got Corbros. I'm kind of sad. I didn't get French fries. I didn't get Thrasher's French fries this year. Also didn't play mini golf. It was an odd year. And then the final thing on Friday with this gossip sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. was that we stayed up late talking again. But this was the time it was like way more people. It was fun. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with this Squidge sticker was that Joe and I went for a walk to get some steps in. Then we ended up walking to the dock because everybody was going crabbing. I've had this crab sticker since I started planning, and I've never had a reason to use it. So here we are. I couldn't tell you the shop. It's been a decade. But I just marked crabbing sort of because the second someone caught a crab, I was like, all right, I've seen enough. I'm in direct sunlight. I'm leaving. So we walked back and yeah, got more steps. Then this is part of a Papershire, I believe Papershire. flat lay, and I used underwear because I have wanted to get new underwear during one of the like deals for a really long time, and I finally did. Victoria's Secret was having one of their deals, and so yeah, the only thing I got from the outlets this year is underwear, but you know, at least I got something. Sorry, TMI. Then with this Paper Shire sticker, I marked that everybody went to dinner at this place called Crooked Hammock, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really enjoy my food. I got a burger, it was fine, but I will definitely go back there. You wanna know why? Because you can pay for just yourself or just you and your partner, because they let you split the bill when there's 12 people at the table, and they don't make you put it all on one credit card or split it evenly. Like, you can just pay for what you ordered, and that, for someone with anxiety like me, is a lifesaver. I love it. So I would go back if everybody else wanted to. With another ice cream from the Prairie Planner, I marked getting Boardwalk ice cream again, but I think this time I got this like raspberry cheesecake flavor from one of those places that has like 1,000,001 quote unquote homemade flavors. Maybe they are, I don't know. Then with this Fox and Cactus sticker, I marked that everybody wanted to have a bonfire and like sit outside, and it was fun at first because we were like gossiping and like shit talking a little bit, which I always love. Especially when like it's about people I are not in my life. Like we were, I won't tell you what we were saying, but well, we weren't saying anything. I won't tell you what was being said, but it was all about this one girl who I met one year, and she's insane. She's insane, and she's in an MLM. So I was just, I was loving life. But then the second that ended, I got really bored and I went to sleep before everybody else. So I used a Prairie Planner bed to mark that. And then finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with this money sticker that I have left over from a kit was that I paid my rent. Then with this squish on the toilet, I marked that I finally went to the bathroom. I'm sorry, more TMI. But I had been in need for a while, let me just tell you. So that was a relief. Then with this little Prairie Planner suitcase, I marked that we packed. Then with this pumpkin, I marked that we went to the outlets again. My friend really wanted these Halloween like prints that she had seen, but she didn't buy, and she regretted not getting them. So I went with her and her cousin back to the outlets so that she could get them. I really just went for the ride. Then with this Lottie, I marked that I was just getting annoyed because I was sitting around and I was like ready to leave, and there was really no reason for us not to. But I have no chill. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. Then when we finally left, we had to pick up some IKEA something from, it was like a marketplace pickup, and it's really nice using marketplace when you're out of Philly because everything is so much nicer and cheaper. So we did that, and I used this IKEA emoji for that. With this Dollar Tree bag from Sticky Perks, I marked that we stopped at Kohl's and Dollar Tree just to run a couple errands, and it was nice. I had a Kohl's gift card from just a Christmas gift that I didn't want, and I was stuck with this Kohl's gift card because I don't like Kohl's. I don't shop at Kohl's, but they have Sephora. So I got something at the Sephora. I got 2 hair products, and I decided I didn't want one of them, so I returned it. And then I bought eye cream, but we were in Delaware. There was no tax. It was wonderful. There was no tax, so I got to use up my gift card, got eye cream, which I had just run out of, and didn't have to pay tax. So that was cool. And then I don't remember what we needed at Dollar Tree, but we needed something. Then with this GP Studio House, I marked that we finally were home. With this Once More with Love sticker, I marked that we watched Final Destination Bloodlines, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I can't stand, I think it was happening in this movie, if I remember correctly, because there was one thing that was happening during this movie that was driving me insane, and I think it's this, and it doesn't matter, but I'm sort of fearful for the future because I think the word anyways, which is not a word, is going to become a word because I'm like reading it now in books. And I think in this movie, everybody said anyways instead of anyway. And it was like, it made me want to punch a wall. The word is anyway. You can't use the word anyways in serious situations. It's meant for like anyways, anywho, you know, and they were like using it seriously. Like, yeah, my grandmother died. Anyways, no. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. But other than that, I really liked the movie. And I just love Final Destination, the whole franchise. And I think the one before this was also really good. The one with the bridge. I think that's the one that was before this. I can't remember. And we also watched the new episode of The Challenge. And then the final thing on Sunday, I stayed up until 1 a.m. like an asshole doing roach research because I was still so scared of my own bedroom. Because I had already, if you recall, after I saw the first roach, I moved all of my furniture. I vacuumed and mopped and then sprayed bug barrier all around my room. And it clearly didn't do shit. So I was panicking because I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt the cats. And so I was just like researching, what is it called? Diatomaceous earth or whatever. And as long as you let it settle, because like it's not good to breathe in, as long as you let it settle, which I think takes about 45 minutes to an hour, then it's perfectly safe for pets as long as you get the food grade. So I was up all night like fact checking that and making sure it was okay. And then I remembered that my mom had used it before and she has cats. So yeah, so that's what I settled on. But yeah, I didn't sleep this week at all, basically. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun. I had a good time on our trip. I was just bummed that I didn't get fries or play mini golf, but I did have a really good time. And yeah, fuck cockroaches. This has been the worst year for cockroaches ever. I think I mentioned this last time. We usually only see 1 to 0 every year. And we saw 5. Haven't seen one since this week, but I feel like I need to knock on wood or something. I feel like I just jinxed myself. Anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.